So this video is going to be part 2 of my conversation with Replo, and we're talking about offers here, right? So we go through 2 other offer types, and those 2 offer types you will really want to consider for your business, especially as it's coming up to the Black Friday, Cyber Monday period, right? So stay tuned for those 2 offer types. And the last part of the video, we're going to talk about layering offers, which is a concept of combining multiple offers together. I'm going to show you some examples of how to do that. All right, so let's dive into the video. Real quick, before we dive into the video, if you are looking for a partner to help you scale, to help you with your ad creative, with your media buying, with your conversion optimization, with email marketing, really a holistic solution that scales your revenue and profit, a partner that you can rely on and trust to grow your brand for years to come, then this is exactly what we do at Hays. So especially as it's coming up to Black Friday, Cyber Monday, if you want to have your best Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas holiday period yet, then click the link below. There'll be a link to my website where you can book a call, and yeah, we'll chat. Worst case scenario, you leave the call with a game plan, a plan of action as to how you can improve the situation that you're currently in. All right, so now let's dive into the video.
What's up, Replo fam? I've got Jordan Hays back. We are continuing our conversation about offers. We're deep into it. If you've been following along, we've covered quite a bit. We still have a bit more to go, and I think it's gonna be banger. Jordan, welcome back, brother. Let's jump into it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, great to be back. So last video, obviously we finished up around bundles, right? We were talking about pre-made bundles. We were also talking about these kind of build your own bundles. Now let's move into the next type of offer, which is free trial offer. So what is this kind of offer? Well, really you're just giving free product for the customer to try, right? It's usually a travel size or a smaller version of the product that you want to sell to them. And this offer is usually just a front end magnet to fuel a back end offer, right? So the front end acts as like that loss leader, the back end is highly profitable. An example of this, very, very common in skincare, by the way, something like try our serum for free, just pay shipping. The contingency is that 15 days after purchase, you'll be auto-enrolled into a subscription for a full-size serum build at $39 per month, right? That's just an example, and that's usually how it works, right? We're giving something for free, but of course, we want something in return, right? So the offer of getting them enrolled into a subscription on the back end is usually what I've seen brands do. And yeah, really this comes down to how can you make your economics work, right? Especially if your product cost is like really low and you have a really high margin, and you can acquire customers for this free offer at a really low customer acquisition cost, then if you run the numbers, something like this might work, right? And as I mentioned, this is most commonly recommended for consumable products and brands with a subscription program, just so that you can have consumable, of course, because they need to use it and it's a repeat purchase product, and they can actually try it at a smaller size. And then the subscription program, because yeah, auto-enroll them into that subscription, you're focusing more on the LTV.
I really love this. This is actually funny because last night I was in bed with my girlfriend, and I was just talking to her about a project that I was working on for a friend who sells sugaring paste. So it's like a hair removal product, and they've got these like mini products that they have just a huge inventory of. And they're like, we got to get rid of this. So I'm like, well, this might be like a really great like free trial, like free plus shipping type of offer. If you've spent any time in like the ClickFunnels world, like the free plus shipping offer is like really, really, really banger. I'm excited for you to like go dig deeper to this. And then one thing I will kind of like flag right now that we can talk about shortly is how you can do this even if you don't have like a consumable. But yeah, let's dig deeper into this, man.
Yeah, so I have an example. The most prominent one I've seen that offer, the brand that's running this offer is Lumen. I'm sure you heard of Lumen Skin, the men's skincare brand. They kind of really burst onto the scene, I want to say maybe like 2018, 19, maybe around that time. Don't quote me on that, but they were pretty like, I guess, more earlier to where we see today's market. But they had their ads were all about this kind of like dark gray paste that men were putting on their face, and they had really good ads. So they're offering, they're still running this today. I think they've been running it for at least 3 or 4 years now, but it's a free trial. So you try it out for 21 days. We'll send you a trial size set of your skincare routine so you can get to know your amazing products, just pay shipping. Loving your experience after 21 days? After 21 days, you'll get automatically a bigger new size that lasts 2 months at an over 23% discount. It's $38.94 per month plus shipping, billed and shipped every 2 months. Okay, so that's the auto enrollment that comes after it. And then keep up with your routine. We know the key to any good routine is consistency, so they're trying to prime you into this. Basically, they want you to stick and extend out that lifetime value. So we'll automatically refill your supply every 2 months. You can change your delivery frequency, modify your set, or cancel at any time. Right? You claim the trial set, you get something for free. So the cool thing, at least me as a customer. By the way, I was presented this after going through a quiz. Right? So a skincare quiz. You answer a few questions. It says, "Here's your personalized routine." And then this pops up to say, okay, here's how you get it. So if I'm actually interested, there's very little downside to me actually, going with this offer, because I know that I can cancel. And if the product is actually really good and I enjoy the product, then I might just try it out, for that after the 21 days and just see, right? And then all of a sudden I'm now into a subscription and there we go, right? So yeah, this is the example I had, but Sajid, would love to hear your insight on non-consumable products.
Yeah, well, I'll talk about the consumable first. I really do love this. One of the things I was listening to Rory Sutherland, who is the current, I think, head of Ogilvy and Mather, like the Ogilvy advertising. Everyone's heard about David Ogilvy, the grandfather of copywriting, whatever. And he talks about like how the best products are ones that like kind of reinforce a habit, and this like free trial experience really builds the habit. So you have 21 days. Let's say you buy on day 0, it takes 7 days for it to get to you. Then you have a good 2 weeks to actually use this product before you get that rebill. So it's like a lot of people will start the rebill on day 14. They're factoring in the shipping cost, I think, or the time to ship. When they build this, so you actually have like a material chance to change a habit. And men, especially skincare, like I know half of my friends are probably still using shampoo to wash their face, and so like it's and the other half are have 10-step skincare routines. For the folks that the way you start a 10-step skincare routine, you have to change that habit, and I think they do a really great job here. Kind of switching gears on the non-consumable side. So there's a company that used to exist. There's a bit of drama going on right now. They're suing Shopify of all things. It's a really big thing. But there's a company called Redline Steel, and they used to make like metal home decor signs, like metal signs out of steel, like the Live Laugh Loves, or they were based in Alabama, and so it's super. They had a lot of kind of Christian we love God in this house type stuff. And what they would do, because they were manufacturing, they knew that they could produce a sign for, say, like $1.50, and a lot of their front end funnels were, hey, we'll give you one of these 5 signs for free, just cover shipping, and it was $4.95 for shipping or whatever. So free plus shipping. Customers are enticed. It's something that they would hang in their house. They buy, and on the post purchase, they get upsold into, hey, here's a $20 sign that's the American flag. Or here's a $40 sign that's maybe a giant cross and it's massive, or some other or a bald eagle out of a sign. So it's really great front end offer, one just to acquire customers, fill your funnel with people who have transacted. But if you have a non-consumable, there's always you can always find things that are either complementary to your current product catalog, or a very low cost product in your catalog that you can give away that people would still be excited to get as an entry offer. And then you can use post-purchase upsells even in that same kind of initial transaction to start generating kind of that incremental revenue and kind of break even on your customer acquisition cost. The nice thing about these free trial things is it's in the consumer's mind, it's a low risk thing anyway. So you are, by nature of it being a free trial, going to get kind of a lower customer acquisition cost on average, which is really powerful. So, and I think, obviously if you do have a consumable, going into the rebill really makes a ton of sense. I'm very bullish on this. If you go read direct response marketing books, or you go through the ClickFunnels kind of world of education, this is one of the core like entry funnels that they always talk about. I think this is something that gets horrendously underutilized in like the current state of direct-to-consumer e-commerce. But brands like Lumen, you know, they pull it, they do this well. And again, I think it's, you know, you and I have talked about this pretty extensively, and, you know, while we've been talking about offers, but it requires you to have a very deep understanding of your unit economics. But if you can pull something like this off, and obviously there's some technical shenanigans you have to do to like make this type of flow work, but if you can pull it off, it is such a powerful customer acquisition tool.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the economics is, again, yeah, super, super important. Obviously, Lumen, they know their LTV. They know that, look, maybe our CAC on this is $15, $20, maybe even less. And we can scale with this because we know that, you know, month 3, month 4, month 5, month 6, whatever it is, we're going to recover that on the back end, right?
Yep.
And we're going to start to become profitable with those customers. So that's what it's all about. And a lot of this as well, like, especially if it's a newer offer that you're running, I think there's going to need to be some trial and error and some time to see what the LTV for that offer actually is, right? So there's also a lot of risk involved, but you could probably, you know, run it for a month, pause it, and then just watch those cohorts that you acquired in that month and just see how like the LTV of those cohorts progresses over a 3 to 6 month period, right? So yeah, that's the last thing I would say about this offer structure.
Jordan, really quickly, like when you think about like sequencing offers, and I know we're going to talk about that here in a little bit when we talk about all of the offers and how to stack these things and sequencing these things, but would you recommend this be one of the first offers people try, or is this something that, you know, you would recommend people try after they have been growing for a little bit?
I think no preference. You know, like if we were working with a brand that maybe they were like pretty new, they didn't have a lot of offer history, right? Where maybe something we could see what had worked in the past. Like I think I would try this if there's really a struggle with CAC and there's high competition. The one I do love the most is the quantity break offer that we went through the last one, right? This kind of 3 options, because when we are looking at like first customer profitability, it allows us to increase AOV, right? That's really the main lever. But yeah, if it was like high competition and we tested a quantity break and that didn't work, and yeah, then I'd be open to testing this as long as the economics work out.
Incredible. Yeah, fantastic. I don't know if the shenanigans on the rebuild side, if you have a subscription app, the Recharge, Stay, Skio, you can usually set this up without too much issue. Usually if you have like if it's a non-consumable product, you don't have really subscription built into it, it's a little trickier. You know, you're gonna have to use like a rebuy or an after sell to kind of pull this type of stuff off. But yeah, I do love this. I think it gets underutilized, and I'm glad you brought this up.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to see more of this, and it gets me thinking about how can we start to apply this to the brands that we're working with. So yeah,
nice. What's next, man?
Cool. So next, the final offer type is challenges. So very, very simple. It's an offer that is packaged as a challenge, right? It's usually a pre-built bundle of products that is designed to help the customer achieve a specific outcome. It has a time frame, so something like 7 days, 30 days, 60 days, and it also has a name. The challenge itself has a name, right? So it includes the desired outcome, the time frame, and a container word: challenge, makeover, mastery, reset, etc. If you read $100 Million Offers by Hormozi, this is like, when he gives the examples of offers, this is one of the most prominent examples in the book.
Yep.
Because it's like the majority of the offers that he is framing in his examples are more for like physical location, like brick and mortar businesses that run services, so like gyms, hair salon, those kind of things, right?
Yep.
Of course, you can take that online as well. And basically, like a challenge is usually always a bundle. So technically it is a bundle, but I think just the way that it's packaged and framed makes it a different offer type, right? At least in my eyes. So just going into an example here, we have this Mojo Nitro Stack and Mojo Mastery Challenge. So this is a combination of both physical consumable products and a digital product, right? So with these challenges, we tend to find that the combination of physical products and digital products works really well. It could also be like an ebook, anything that really helps the customer achieve the outcome, right? So the reason why this offer is so great is because the consumable products, right, you pay a one-time pretty good AOV on the first purchase, but then these products, you get enrolled into subscription, right? So the subscription then renews at $70, right? $69.95. So yeah, you get that first time AOV and then that recurring revenue afterwards if people stay. So this again is products and basically like a workout program, but it's framed as a challenge to increase your testosterone levels naturally, right? So yeah, this is a great example of one of the challenges.
And Keto Body's been famous for this for I mean, probably a better part of a decade, if not longer. I mean, I don't remember exactly how long Gregorio Gallagher, I think is his name, the guy in the photo. I don't remember exactly how long he's been in the game, but since day one, these guys have been crushing it. This is like I don't know. They've got to be doing a couple $1 million a month just from this particular challenge stack, and then across their business. I would be very surprised if they weren't doing $10+ million a month across their entire portfolio. Like they've got digital products, they've got physical products, but these are the types of offers that okay, you can crack with one set of products or one product in your catalog, and then you can apply it to so many other products. And once you get this thing working, it's an incredible flywheel. I will say the digital aspect of this, right? So like you have some like margin preservation. You're not having to send a physical book. Obviously, it's showing like the challenge program on an iPad. It's going to be an ebook more than likely, and it just I think what this allows you, or what I think people should be doing when they see something like this is, there is something that you could probably stack into your product that's a digital, into your business. It's a digital product that complements this. And if you sequence it well, if it's tied in, if it actually like helps, like I've personally run something very similar to this like Kino stack, where it's like, here's like this kind of the 60-day gut check or like gut cleanse, and you have like a de-bloat pill and like a greens powder kind of attached to it, and then we've gotten that to work pretty well. So yeah, these are so powerful, and if you're skeptical about it, like I know Kino Body's doing millions of dollars a month using these funnels.
Yeah, and I mean, to give credit where credit's due, is the guys that built this is like Carl Beischer. You might know him. He runs a CRO agency, German guy. I think he built it with Sebastian Selinsky. So those guys also are killer, right? They put this together, and yeah, they were talking about how it was crushing for them on cold traffic as well.
Those guys are so good. Those guys, I love whenever they tweet stuff out, because it's always just some like, oh my gosh, why didn't I think of that? But also like the level of scale that they operate on is nuts.
Yeah. Awesome. So going into another example, this one is pretty more of a familiar one for you guys, but it's the ClickFunnels One Funnel Away challenge. And the reason why I brought this in is because it is a challenge, and I think there's a lot that we can learn from ClickFunnels. Like you mentioned, Sanjay, the free plus shipping offer is something that they teach. Challenges, again, is also something that they run a lot of. So this one is, ready to launch your first or next funnel. And then they have this One Funnel Away challenge. They basically teach you how you're just one funnel away from the life that you want, from the marriage you want, the car you want, all that stuff, right? The business that you want. So yeah, you can also run these free challenges. I think actually it's only $100, right? You get free access with a ClickFunnels trial, right? So that's the classic one as well, like free, but you just sign up for ClickFunnels. It's a trial for ClickFunnels, and then you need to use ClickFunnels to build the funnel, right? So it's a really sticky product, but yeah, again, pretty good AOV first time, and then this one obviously goes to like a webinar, live coaching. So yeah, just another example.
One thing I'll call out here, and I think the ClickFunnels folks do. I mean, Russell Brunson's been kind of the GOAT of this for better part of 2 decades now, I think, is that the content in the challenge, and this is true of the Kino Body thing, the content in the challenge reinforces like the product that you're actually selling. So this one funnel away challenge that they're selling you is actually to sell ClickFunnels. They want you on the ClickFunnels subscription. I think my girlfriend just signed up for it like a few months ago, and it's like a $297 rebill. Like that's their subscription. So it's like obviously the ticket price is pretty valuable. And so whether you pay the $100, you get it free for with your ClickFunnels trial, which is the thing that they're actually trying to sell you. This challenge teaches you how to use ClickFunnels. The Keynote body, like that program, teaches you how to live a different life, but also layer to get your ideal body, a better relationship, whatever. But it's to reinforce like the usage of those two supplement products. So whenever you're framing whatever this challenge is, remember that it's not just like, hey, like I sell, toothpaste. I'm gonna, teach you. Like it's got to kind of tie back into like maybe it's like it's like a confidence builder challenge, but part of the confidence building is having a great smile. Part of having a great smile is having really white teeth, and our toothpaste allows you to do that. Like it's just always remember that you have to tie in the usage of your product into the challenge if you really want to get the most effectiveness out of this structure. I love this stuff though. And I will say, I know we talk a lot about like the e-com, like for the actual the product owners here. If you are an agency, this type of stuff works too. And I think it would be pretty refreshing for, a brand to come to you and say, hey, like, here's like the ads, some sort of ads challenge or some sort of like retention challenge. It's like 90 days. And then, you experience a transformation, you use their playbooks, et cetera. And at the end of it, you're like, oh, well, I actually just want you to like do this for me, or I want to continue working with you. And then you build a, retain a relationship that way. I think this is just as valuable on the e-com product side as it is on the agency side, or vice versa.
Yeah, I really like that idea. Yeah, this might be something I'll test.
There you go.
Cool. And then just want to round off with layering offers. So you've likely seen the crossover between the different offer structures in the examples that we've gone through from part 1 and of course today part 2. And when you see the crossover, I like to call that layering offers, because we are stacking different structures on top of each other. And what this can do is it can increase perceived value even further, right? So you're taking these individual offers and you're saying, how can we combine them together to increase perceived value? And I only recommend layering offers where it makes sense. It doesn't complicate the offer for the customers. Again, simplicity always wins. If it's the case where it just makes a lot of sense just to layer two different offer types together, then by all means, right? And then like a really good example of this is this one from Jabby Coffee. So we have free gifts, right? So free gift of purchase as we went through. We have this, it's also a bundle builder. So the next page of this offer takes you to a build your own bundle, right? So you can select which flavors of coffee and how many bottles you want of each, right? And then, yeah, you see that you can unlock the gifts here, right? So just to go back, they're doing bundles, they're doing free gift of purchase, right? So they're layering both of those together. And then this example is a early bird nightcap with free bonuses. So again, it's a pre-built bundle rather than a build your own bundle, and it has this free ebook, right? So yeah, free cocktail shaker, free shipping, a free ebook. So it's kind of bundled together as one. But you can also see here that they have a quantity break, right? So 1 tub, 2 tubs, 4 tubs. So this is a very, very common one I see as well, where you have a quantity break, but you have some sort of pre-built bundle with these kind of free gifts that increase the perceived value of the product itself. And there's another example of a layered offer. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, these I will say both the Javi, I know Javi crushes it. Jot Coffee has a very similar kind of flow as well. They do gift with purchase and a little bit of quantity break. And then on the early bird, so the early bird template we actually have inside the Repo template library, and I found it because I was talking to the folks over at Square Dance, like the affiliate marketplace, and they were telling me that like the affiliates were doing a couple $1 million a month driving traffic to this funnel. There were affiliates making, a couple million a month on this funnel.
Wow.
which is nuts, which is why I was like, oh man, we need this template. And it's a very, very effective customer acquisition tool. It's also, I will just say, it's a pretty effective product. So I had the Club Early Bird, like the morning one, when you take when you wake up. And I will say, as a customer, that thing will really get you going. It'll rub the engine up without like making you feel too jittery. So it's a good product in and of itself. I don't get paid to say that, but I think it's pretty cool. But this is, you know, if you're thinking, hey, how do I like get started with this really quickly? We have this template in Replo. Just find it, install it into your Replo account, change the offer. Like, it's really, I made a similar graphic in Canva for the supplement company I was talking about before, and like, boom, all of a sudden it's cranking. We finally like cracked an acquisition offer, and I think it's just really, really effective. I'm just really happy that we were able to go through so many different things. I know something that you mentioned last time is like a great business, or like a good business, will find like one of these offers. I think a great business, and this is like the real key, I think, to scaling to 8 and 9 figures, is figuring out how you can layer effectively. And, whether it's across product lines, whether it's across offers, like having multiple ones of these offers that are just crushing, just opens up your ability to scale like nobody's business. So, this is fantastic, man.
Yeah, for sure. You know, happy to go through all this. So yeah, it was great that we got to cover everything.
Jordan, just to kind of like, you know, land the plane here, what would you say, okay, so someone's sat through, I think this probably be like an hour and a half of content that we've put out on offers. You've gone through to incredible depth on how these offers work, how to set them up. You've shown examples. I'm sure there's some level of overwhelm that someone watching this will experience. That's to be expected. That's okay. Totally normal. How would you, or what advice would you give to someone listening to cut through that overwhelm and actually take action on this stuff?
Yeah, I think start with like the simplest things, the things that are easiest to roll out, and start testing, because it all comes down to testing, right? Regardless of the examples, if something is working for another brand, doesn't mean it's going to work for your brand. So just start somewhere. And the easiest one, I mean, the one that has worked the best for us and is the easiest to roll out, is the quantity break offer, right? You can use a simple app. We use Kaching. It's Kaching is probably the one that's
awesome. I love that.
Most people use. But that's a Shopify app. It's super cheap, and that will allow you to get a quantity break offer up and running. It has great functionality. So start there. If you're running with a product that maybe you feel like is not a good fit for a quantity break, just try like something like the early bird example, where it's free gifts, right? Just layer in some increased perceived value into that product.
Yeah.
All right. And then if it doesn't work, test a variation of it, test a different offer structure until you stumble across something that does.
That's fantastic. I love it, man. Well, Jordan, thank you so much for being so thorough and giving us so much game. I know me personally, I've taken everything that you've taught and I've started to use this on some of my projects now, and it is working. And I just would really, really love to be able to, like, you know, I think that the key name of the game here is speed. Take a learning, go implement it, test it in the simplest way. You've given us the blueprint. Jordan, thank you so much for sharing this knowledge with us, buddy.
Yeah, my pleasure. Again, happy to do it. Hopefully it was of value to the viewers as well.
Yeah. If anything, it was value to me. And I watch our show, so that's fantastic. Well, Jordan, I'm going to have you again here soon, I believe. But I appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right. Thanks.